What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team 7 Gaming and Collecting channel. Today, guys, we are going to bring you the most asked for video. There's a lot of you guys always asking me which cards should I send in to PSA, or what should I look into in my cards so I know that I could get a PSA 10 back in return. Today, I'm going to show you guys 4 tips on what to look into your Pokemon cards, so that way you guys could have a high chance of getting a PSA 10. Especially if you guys do have an old collection just sitting around at home that you guys are thinking about sending to PSA. Make sure you guys watch this video before you do send them in, especially if you do have an old collection. I suggest you guys do look into this video before you guys do send out your cards to PSA. Again, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. If you guys do have any tips or anything that you guys want to do, share, go ahead and leave a comment as well, guys. Again, thank you guys. Especially the ones that are returning guys and always watching the videos. I do appreciate the support. But let's get started. Let's go ahead and show you guys on what to check to get a PSA 10. I'll see you after the intro. Peace out. Welcome back. Go ahead and get started with the video. Today I do have a Charizard base set. Not first edition, just a base set, not base set 2. Base set 2 usually has a little sign right here, but this is a base set Charizard. I'm gonna go ahead and use this card just because it's a perfect example. Normally a lot of you guys do have some of these base set Pokemon cards in your garage sitting down, and you guys are just wondering like, how much are my cards worth? That's another episode though. But today, guys, I'm gonna show you guys what to look into in your old Pokemon cards, or just any Pokemon cards that you want to send into PSA. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with an old card. This Charizard is a perfect example of what I'm gonna show you guys on the 4 steps. After that, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some modern cards. But let's go ahead and get started with the Charizard here, guys. First, number 1, guys, it's gonna be centering. Centering is one of the most important things that PSA does look into a card, and it's gonna say the one that does take a lot of value off your card. This is kind of where they get you. First of all, centering is this borderline right here, guys, how the card is centered. You could kind of tell that this card is a little thicker on the right side, right here on the right side where my finger is moving. How I do it, guys, is I take off 0.5 from a 10, so that's already a 0.5 taken away. So this, how I see this card is, this card's already at 9.5. PSA doesn't do that, guys, so they'll probably, if that was the only thing that was wrong with this card, it will probably still pass as a 10. But so far it is a 9.5. If this card was mint, they might let it slide, but you could kind of tell it's kind of thick on the right side, but who knows. You guys could also check the back, check out the centering, see how it is. This card, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the centering is pretty good. If it was mint, it would probably pass as a 10. So centering is already bad, guys. You could kind of tell. That's going to be one of the steps that PSA does look into your card. But yeah, honestly, the centering on this card, it looks like a 9.5, solid, easy 9 maybe. Number 2, guys, number 2 is they do check the corners. They make sure that each corner is cut nice and round. Make sure there's no like bented or anything. But number 2 is the corners, guys. They do check and see that they make sure that the corners are round and cut. They don't have any whitening on it. The corners look good. This Charizard looks fantastic from the front. I'm not gonna lie, it looks like you guys have a 10 here. This is where most of the cards kind of get you guys, but there's still a lot into that we have to look into. Just look at the back, guys. The back, just wait till we get there. But the corners look fantastic on this Charizard. It looks nice. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you would see it, you would buy it, and you would probably want to grade it. But let's continue. This corner maybe is a little bad, guys. Let me see. Sorry about that. It's a little unfocused. Here we go. But yeah, it's just make sure there's no like dings. That's where they kind of get you with some dings like that. I don't know if you guys could see that. But that's kind of where they get you with the corners. Make sure there's no dings. Again, guys, hopefully these are some good tips too as well for whenever you guys want to go ahead and buy some Pokemon cards. and you guys asked for pictures. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, guys, that's step number one. Step number two. Number one is centering. Two is the corners. Everything looks all right so far. I know you guys do see the back, but we'll get to it, guys. So far, by just looking at the corners, probably like a 9. You guys probably would grade it low just because you guys seen the back already. But let's do the surface, guys. This is where you guys really need to pay attention when you guys are buying cards, or because I feel like the surface always gets ignored, guys. You guys always just look into the corners, the centering, but the surface, I feel like that's where they get you guys the most. And this is where normally people are like, why is this card a 7 when it's like perfect? You know, like I don't see nothing wrong. You see how this card like looks like flawless from the front, like a nice 10. That's where people would be like, well, why is it a 7? You know, this is where you have to look into the detail, guys. What I suggest is, if you guys do have some glasses to zoom in, I would suggest using those. But this is where you like really look into the card. You guys see some of those scratches on the hollow? You see those scratches, like it's light played. I'm trying to zoom in as close as I can without the camera losing focus. But you guys see all those little scratches there, guys? That's where they get you, guys. This is where like they get you, and this is where you really need to pay attention. Look at that Charizard's face. There's a bunch of scratches in there. You could just see right under his wing. I don't want to move too much, but right here you see some scratches. This is where they get you, fam. You see how this card has like this little glitter spot where my left finger's at, left thumb. Sorry about that, the focus. But yeah, that's what you gotta look into. Use the light, guys. Use it. You see his right foot has that line right there. Sorry about that, fam. But that's where they get you, guys. That's where they get you the most. Already just by looking at it, this card just goes down to like an 8. It's probably an 8 already. Just looking at the edges, look at the bottom, just look at that. It's probably an 8 already. And then you got to look at the back too, guys. The back is as important as it is in the front. This is where you got to see for dents. This is where they get you, guys. This is where the 7s come out. Any little dents, any little smudges, little black dots like that one on the Pokeball. You see that? This card's probably like an 7.5 already. But just by looking at the surface now, this card was looking awesome and was looking flawless just right off. Just by looking at it by the glance of your eye, it looks nice, it looks good. But these are the steps that you guys gotta look into. So for example, if they were selling this card for $100, you could probably already lowball it, you know. I don't really know the price of this card off the bat, but just an example, you know, you could probably lowball them like $20 just by pointing out like all those things. And the very last one, guys, step number 4 is gonna be the edges, guys. The edges. It's gonna be the edges right here of a card, guys. What that normally means is, does my card have any whitening? Does my card have any whitening? How are the edges? Does it look good? Is there any shiny coming out of it? You see that, like that edge right here, that's already minus 0.5. This card's already went down to a 7 just by looking at that. You might want to need like a black surface just to point out things faster. It's kind of hard to tell. But you see that right there, that little ding? It's kind of hard to pick up on this camera. My bad, guys. But what you can see is here, like if you could see like some shiny on the edges, that's already you're already subtracting. You're already taking off points, my bad. But do you see that, how the edges? But let's take a look at the back now. This is where I want to get to, guys. This is probably what you guys saw when we got to the centering. When you guys saw the back, you guys like, what the hell? Why is this guy grading it a 9? We're just going step by step, but now we're looking at the edge here on the back. This is where you kind of like look at it. It's easier to tell just because it's blue. But you see all that whitening right there this card has? That's where they get you on the edges, guys. If you do see a lot of whitening, that's it. That's game over. Just by looking at all the whitening this card has, I'm going to take it down to a 6, maybe a 6.5. But these are the 4 steps, fam, that 4 things that I normally check when it comes to sending out my cards to PSA. PSA. I was gonna say PSA 10. My bad. I normally clean my cards too, but that's another video. I'll show you guys on what to do on how to clean your cards. But those are the 4 steps that I normally do take when it comes to me sending out my cards to PSA. But that's how you see it, guys. This card, we just lowered it down. Started off with a 10. Those 4 steps just, helped us point out what was bad with this card. Being hard on it, I would probably give it a 5. Easy 5. Being like a lenient grader, probably like a 6, But this card is easy. This card is an easy 5, maybe 6. But yeah, Poke trainers, hopefully those 4 tips do help you guys out on how to point out which cards you guys want to send into PSA. Especially now, since the PSA grading prices did go up. It's $20 now per card, so you want to think twice before just sending out any card, because it's expensive and you want to at least make your money back by selling some of the cards that you do get back. You don't want to get a bunch of 9s, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7s. It's just going to be hard to make your money back. I'm going to show you guys some examples of some of the cards that I do have here. I did grade some of them. Some of them I didn't. We're just going to go off by using the 4 steps that I showed you guys. Number 1, it is going to be the centering. Just by looking at the centering of this card, you guys could already tell that the right side is a little thicker. This centering is really bad, so that's going to bring it down a whole point. So that's going to be a 9. 9 so far. I give it an 8, as you guys can see. So we'll see right now what else we could point out. The centering in the back looks amazing, but you can still tell that it's thick on this side. You guys can tell. See how you could tell it's a little thicker? But yeah, you can tell it's thicker. That's a 9. Corners. Let's see the corners. Corners look amazing, flawless. Not bent. Pretty flawless. All new cards. I mean, I could let it slide with the surface, the corners. They're pretty much good, but this centering is bad. Surface. Let's take it out real quick. I don't want to take out all of them just because it's going to take too much time on the video. I'm just trying to do a quick. But here it is, guys. Normally all new cards are good on surface. Sorry, I'm a little shaky. Coffee kicking in. But here it is, guys. Check out the centering. You could tell it's a little thick on the left side. Normally when centering is that bad, I just bring it down 2 points. So it's an 8 for sure. Not even worth grading, because I'm pretty sure it's just like $50 or maybe just 20. You won't even make your money back. I'm sending these cards in. Let's go ahead and take a look at another card. This card right here, Guzma. This card, I just pulled it from I want to say it was from the Darkness Ablaze. I mean, which was that one called? Burning Shadows, my bad, guys. Burning Shadows, Guzma. This card goes about 300, PSA 10. But let's go ahead and take a look at it real quick. You see how this, even new cards, guys, you gotta look at the edge. But let's do our 4 steps real quick. Number 1, centering. Centering looks pretty good, flawless. You guys see how it has like a little bit of border. You can't really tell that one side is thicker. Centering looks awesome. It looks pretty flawless from the back as well. It looks good. Let's take a look at the corners now. Corners look pretty amazing from the front. Flawless. And then let's take a look at the back. Corners in the back, I mean, they're not really the greatest. Just look at it. Boom. And then the edges, that's where I want to get to, because I'm pretty sure that's where you guys see it. This card is pretty good, honestly. If it didn't have messed up edges like this one has a lot of whining, guys. This one's pretty messed up. This is not even like, this would just go into your personal collection, or just like traded. But this one's pretty bad. You guys do see a lot of whitening in there. You guys see that? It's not even the glare, it's actually like whitening. Honestly, this card would probably be a 7 or an 8. I give it a 9 just because I was being nice, or I don't know what I saw it, but it's pretty bad on the edges. It's probably gonna be like an 8 or a 7. Let's see. Let me show you guys what I think a 10 would look like. Here we do have Gardenia. I gave this card 10 because it's pretty flawless, guys. Look at the borders, the centering. It looks awesome. It looks good. I give it a 10 star just because it kind of does look a little thick on the right side, but I want to say it'll pass, you know. PSA is pretty lenient when it comes to centering, that it's just a little off. If it's something that's very easy to tell, then nah. And then you see how the bag, you can't really tell. So I'm pretty sure they'll probably let it slide. It just depends on the grader who you get, but some graders are pretty lenient. But we do have here the Gardenia. Check it out, guys. Centering is flawless. Corners are flawless. My bad on the focus. But yeah. Let's do the corners. Surface looks pretty good too. Use the light, guys. If you guys have a light at home, use the light. Make sure there's no scratches, no dents, no smudges, no nothing. And then the edges look pretty awesome on this card. I gave this card a 10. You never know, guys. You just never know. There's probably stuff that you can't really see. Here, guys, here's a 7. Here's a 7. Tapu Lele 7. It was a brand new card. It was fresh, sleeved right away. I was like, what the hell? Why is this a 7? But this is when it was my rookie days, guys. Just by looking at it, guys, you guys see that centering is really bad. You can tell right here that you see the border. There's no space, so especially this border right here. See how it's just right off the edge of the card. You see how this border does have that little border and a little bit of space, border and a little bit of space, and then border and a lot of space here at the bottom. So that's where you kind of see where the centering is bad. And then let's go ahead and take a look at the back. You could just kind of tell that it's way thicker from the bottom here and here. So it's kind of like the card is like top left in a way. There is words for it, but I don't really know. It's like a 50-50, 70-50. I don't know. I don't really know that kind of language, but you guys kind of do see what I'm saying. Here we do have a Greninja, guys. This one's pretty. I wanted to get to this one because I want to show you guys. This is where I say it all just depends on the grader, guys. Here we go. Look, check it out. I want to say the borderline on this side is a little thicker than this side. Just look at it. I mean, that's already like a 9 to me. I want to say the grader was pretty lenient on this one, but I do see some whitening here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Do you guys see that whitening right there? It goes all the way over here. Again, guys, this card would have been an easy 8 for me, but it came back a 9. Like I said, the grader was probably lenient and just gave me a 9 on it. Corners are not even the best neither, guys. Just look at this little corner. It looks pretty sketch. You could kind of tell it has like a little dent just by the glare. Pretty surprised this card came back a 9. I would have given it an 8 if I was a grader. I don't know if you guys do have any more questions, and just based on the questions you guys ask me, those are the videos that I do make. But I will be making a video on how to prep your cards before sending them off to PSA. Like, I personally clean them before sending them out, so I'm gonna make a video on that and show you guys what I do before sending them out to all the cards that I do think that are gonna be PSA 10s. But here we go, guys. This is the grail of grails from all my Pokemon cards. This is the shiny Charizard. I want to say this is a fantastic card. It looks pretty flawless. It looks good. Edges, see the border, a little bit of space. Here we go. I think I think the grader just, let it through or something. But look, it looks pretty flawless, guys. Check it out. This is a PSA 10 Charizard. This is the Grail of Grails from Hidden Fates. Here's the Charizard that I did pull on the last video before this one. if you guys want to go ahead and take a look at it. Here it is, guys. Honestly, I want to say this one's a pretty good 10 too. You know, it looks pretty solid. Border lines look solid. Space. Centering looks pretty awesome as well too, guys. You know, you can't really tell. Can't really tell that it's off. I want to say this is a 10, guys. Corners look pretty awesome. But I want to say we do have our hands on another PSA 10 here. But that's it, guys. This is it for the video. Hope this video is very helpful, especially if you're a new collector or if you do have a bunch of Pokemon cards that are just sitting around at home and you want to just start moving them. Hopefully this video does help you guys out. I will be making a video on what I do before sending my cards off to PSA, and another video on how much are my Pokemon cards worth, guys. Those are some of the most common questions that I do get from a lot of you guys, so I'm gonna try my best to answer all those questions, and I think those are great video ideas. So I hope you guys enjoy them. Again, guys, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe if you guys did find this video helpful. And guys, have a good day and happy Sunday fun day. True. Peace out, guys. I'll see you guys on the next video.